Hey friends, in this video we're going to be doing a boundary exercise. So I'll explain what it is first, why we're doing it, and then we'll get started. So in boundary exercises, we are practicing noticing when our bodies are telling us that there's a threat and wanting to respond to that, or a potential threat. So for example, if someone gets too close to you and kind of invades your personal space, some of us who have maybe experienced trauma in the past, we won't say, okay, you're too close. We'll just kind of put up with it and just try and shrink ourselves. And that is very unhelpful for our nervous systems. So we need to be learning how to set those boundaries to be able to keep our nervous systems in a good place, to be able to honor our God-given bodies, our temples. And we may have been in situations or circumstances in the past where our boundaries were actually discouraged or not respected, and we just learned to give up and to ignore our boundaries. And this is really harmful to everything about ourselves, to our bodies, souls, spirits. It has such detrimental consequences. So we really want to learn how to set boundaries, how to say, no, I'm not doing that. That's not safe for me. Or how to say, back up. Or how to say, you can't speak to me that way. And it's very important to learn how to set boundaries. So that's why we're going to practice this. Okay, so in this exercise, or how we're going to practice boundaries, so I'm going to move closer to the screen, and I just invite you to notice. My little guy's playing with the ball outside the door. I'll just invite you to notice when you're feeling it's too close, or when you're starting to notice some activation in your body, and I want you to respond to that and say no. Put your hands up like this and say no, or you can say whatever other words come to you, whatever feels right for you. Okay, so I'm going to move closer to the camera, and I mean, obviously it would be better if we were live and you can tell me to stop and then I could stop. So I'll be kind of conservative with how I do this, to make it as beneficial as possible with a recorded video. Okay, so I'm going to move a little bit closer here. And even as I say that, just notice if there's any activation in you already. Just hearing me say, I'm going to move closer. So just notice that, and we'll just let that settle first. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to pause here and we'll see how that is. And I'm going to move closer just one more time. And if that feels like too much for you, you can just stop the exercise there. If you feel like you want to do more, then you can just keep playing the video. So I'm going to move closer one more time. So notice how that is. When I came closer, hands up, and move back. We're going to do that actually a couple times. So we're going to move closer. Then I want you to put your hands up and say no, and then I'll move back. Okay? And one more time. Okay, so the exercise is done now, and I want you to take a moment and just notice how you're feeling right now. If you're feeling relief, if you're feeling anxious, just take a moment and notice. And then we'll do some orienting again, so just letting your eyes wander around your space. And noticing again things that you like in your surroundings. And so this exercise is really to get used to setting boundaries that are respected, and just noticing how your system responds to that. You know, having that power and that agency to be able to respect, to be able to set boundaries. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.